Good morning and greetings from Northumberland on another lovely warm day, but a bit cloudy this morning. Today is the 11th of June and we celebrate the life of St. Barnabas. St. Barnabas is an encouraging figure, and I say that as a little joke because his name reputedly means a son of encouragement or a son of consolation. We know from the early part of the Acts of the Apostles that he was a Cypriot Jew who sold his fortune and gave it to the work of the church and became a Christian. It begins with this great act of charity and sacrifice. Then he was instrumental in going to Antioch, where Christianity had broken out, as it were, and then bringing the Apostle Paul really into the ministry of the church by getting him to work with him in caring for, encouraging and growing the church in Antioch. And he was then involved in the life and ministry of Paul, arguing with him a bit when he thought that Paul was being too strict, particularly with the young Mark. But what's central to all this is the fact that in these few verses that we read about him in the early part of Acts and in Acts chapter 9, we have this figure who is full of love and full of care. Someone who is an encourager, someone who enables others to live and to grow as Christian people. And that's a very powerful and important picture, I think, for us all. When we think about the people who influence us through our lives, they are people who are able to encourage us, to make us believe that things are possible, and who help us to set out in achieving our goals and our aims. That's the sort of person Barnabas was. And that was a real vocation. And his vocation and his faithfulness to Christ enabled him to do this. And it sets us an example. Does the love of Christ so fill my heart that it overflows to other people with encouragement, with care, with me being the sort of person that enables them to live and to grow as Christians? That's a really important question that I have to face and that we all have to face. Are we encouragers and consolers and supporters? Are we the sort of people that make a difference in our families, in our communities, wherever we are? Let us pray that following the example of Barnabas, we may indeed be encouragers of others, ourselves being loved and encouraged by God. May God bless us all.